thinking, move to Bali and you need some honest opinion or advice, I live in Bali 1 year. So I just want to tell you an experience as a girl who moved to Bali 1 year ago without no job, friends, money, plan, anything. I left all my past life behind and I moved to Bali to start my new chapter in life. I must say that I never ever been happier, that I have never ever felt alive. I never felt like myself ever before I moved to Bali. At the same time, it was the hardest time in my life because I had to take all responsibility of my life. I had to figure out how to live in a new country in Indonesia without friends, family, boyfriend, job, money, plan, anything, just like the blank paper page. Oh my god, I had so many emotional breakdowns. I've been stressing so much. I've been crying so much. I've been worried so much, but still it was the happiest year in my life. It was the best decision ever to choose Bali and move here. So when I just moved here, I was so overwhelmed. I had a crazy anxiety. I was smoking and I used to drink. I barely did sport. I was always stressing much and smoking, trying to hide my emotions. And I never talked to anyone about all the pain I hold it inside of my chest. I was alone with myself and I had time to reflect on many stuff and to find myself. The whole island and the whole Bali experiences, every day it's such a like a retreat. I met my new best friends here, my very close friends here, new friends, and we was joking that the Bali is like the hospital for people with mental illness. So the whole island is just like the hospital for the sick people who are looking for themselves and trying to figure out their lives. And this is very true because it was same to me. And you don't need to go to special retreat center or to go for a rehab or something. You just come live here, and every day small things happening to you and you're learning something from it. You're learning from the other people, you're learning from the nature, you're learning from the local people with their kindness and their religion and tradition. You're learning with the spiritual island energies, with all the circumstances which happens to you every day and the way you react on them. Some things you cannot explain because they can only be felt. And I felt a lot during this period. I experienced the whole spectrum of the emotions, I had my highs and my ups and downs, everything. I've been through a lot here. But still I am so grateful that this place became my new home. I just discovered myself here. So many things changed. So for now, I don't smoke, I don't drink. I figure out how to handle my emotions, how to deal with the stress. I started practicing yoga every day. I do meditation, and yes, it's harder. It's much easier to get a sip of the drink or to smoke, to stop your anxiety, to stop your feelings. But it's much more powerful and it works for a long term. How you can react on the circumstances, how you can deal with the stress and with your problems, because they're gonna never end. Life is cycle. Today positive, next day is negative, 1 week positive, 2 weeks negative, we never know. And I had an honest conversation with myself, reflecting on all my traumas and working on them. And really the yoga helped me to stay in the present moment, help how to breathe, how to understand myself, and how to deal with the stress like this, how to meditate, how to clear your mind, how to stay positive, how to focus on good, and how to go through the dark periods in your life and still keep the inner light always here, whatever happens to you, good or bad. Bali is so crowded or overpriced or dirty, pollution, dirty water, wherever. You know, the world around you is just the reflection of your inner self. So if you see only negativity around you, that's the question, what's going on here? Because for me, Bali, I don't see any disadvantages here. I think it's a beautiful place because I'm Ukrainian and I lived in Europe and I traveled a lot, but I never ever had the place where I felt like home, where I felt just that good every single day. But every person has its own story and its own experiences. So if you're thinking to move to Bali, maybe you should try to live here, to stay here for a little months or two, to see how the things works for you. Or if you already live in Bali, just tell me about your experience.